Welcome to Land, Air, and Sea. I'm Bobby, and this is my channel. Just wanted to kind of get into a little bit about what we're doing with the Batmobile RC conversion. So last we left off, I was putting the chassis together, we were getting the motor put in and everything, and everything seemed to be working out good. But it kind of is turning into a kit bash now because two things. The body I started putting together, as you can see here. It looks good, but you know, I gotta say, this here is really nice and I can work on this, but I came across the snap kit and it fits perfectly with the, we'll get this in focus here. Yeah, so it's already pre-painted the body, and it just seemed right, you know, it fits right on the chassis that I built. And it came, the other kit doesn't come with the Batman and Robin, so I figured, you know what, let me kit bash these two guys. So this one here, I'm using the interior, and this one here, pull it around. This one here is the snap kit, and I'm using the body from that. And so that's where I'm at. I'm still gonna paint up the other body and see if I like it or how it compares to the pre-painted one, and we'll do a comparison and see which one I'm gonna actually use as my final product for the RC conversion. The other thing is I started working on the cockpit, so I'll just take this off for now. And as you can see, that's all done. And I put magnets on the bottom of the interior. So now we're just going to detail this up, and then it'll snap right to the kit. So this will, the interior will actually glue into the right into the body. But this is where we're at right now, and I still got to finish off the electronics. I have to wire in the motor and set up the ESC. So once that's all done, I think I'm going to put it right back in here. Plenty of room in this big car. And then, well, it'll be the same on this one too, but the back I cut out just where the fuel tank is, and in there is enough room I can tuck the battery in there. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, I mean, the snap kit, the pre-painted body is awesome. I just love it. It looks so good. And so I don't know, I'm thinking about using it. I don't know yet. I still like to paint and put these bodies together. And the decal work, the decal sheet, as you can see, it's kind of drowned out there by the light, but there's a lot of lines to put onto the car. So I'm kind of like fighting with the idea of the headaches with all of that. It depends on how good the decals come out, and if we're able to use them too. That's another issue that I'm looking at. But you know, we're gonna come back and we're gonna start working on the interior anyway, get that done. And also, like I mentioned, the other kit didn't come with the Batman and Robin. These actually came pre-painted. The ones in the Batboat build, I had to actually, paint myself. So those are some of the things that, you know, we're going to try and work on in the future. You know, doing more of the cockpit characters. I'm also up and coming. I'm doing the John Wick RC conversion, which is basically the Chevelle, black Chevelle. Yeah, it's in the movie. And I also got this wonderful 3D printed John Wick. And I don't know if you can see, let me see if I can get this kind of focused. Let me see if I can focus this. Hold on one second. And there we go. You can see the likeness. It's really, really good. So I think I'm going to use that. We'll see. What I'm going to do is, this will actually just be kind of standing near the car when I'm displaying it. But I will be building up the John Wick. And so that's a future project that's coming up soon. We're also doing a Spitfire, which is styled after the Iron Maiden one that they used in the shows and stuff. That is going to be minimal RC version. I'm going to be converting the Revell RC kit into that, and pretty much just using the decals, the cockpit, the Eddie figure from the Iron Maiden character that they have as their mascot, and doing that. We're just going to concentrate on the Batman RC conversion. Batmobile RC conversion, I should say, and we'll be right back. I'm just going to set up the camera on the bench. Okay, so we got a lot to cover. So I decided to go with the Snap Kit one. As far as the body's concerned, it's already pre-painted, and it just makes sense because it fits perfect. The paint job on it is perfect, so really don't need to do make another body. I am going to do this one up as a second body on it. This is the polo lights as well, but this is the glue kit, the kit that you glue together, and it has an open hood and everything. So I think I'm going to make this one where you can, with an engine bay. This one here, the hood is not its curbside, so I won't be doing a full detailed engine bay on this one. I went ahead and mocked everything up. I did just to fit the windows, so everything's still loose. So we'll take these windows out for now. We'll put them in a safe place so they don't get scratched. And the figures too. Oh, see, these are not even glued down yet either. The figure, the Batman figure and the Robin figure come pre-painted as well in the Snap Kit. So we have that already. That's already done for us, so we don't have to worry about that. And really, what I did here was, let me just take this one out. So these are the side fins that go on next to the bat light on top there, and it's just like a cop light, or regular light, but they came in here. The holes were covered in with the plastic, so I just took a small drill. I used this one here. This one is great. It's called Tack Life. Okay, and it's a great little guy. You just charge it, and it comes with all different accessories. This one is a small drill bit, and what I did was I just kind of went in there and drilled out the holes, because I'm planning on lighting this up. So we're gonna put those on the side because we're gonna have to paint them up and get that situated. Now I am going to be I don't have the light for that yet. I am ordering from Evan Design that particular flash. It's just going to be a flashing light, and we'll detail all this up nicely and have it set. So this still isn't attached to the interior yet. Sorry for my big hand in the way. And so this isn't attached yet to the interior. Let me just back the camera up a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so I mean, really, look at that body. It's really done nicely. The only thing is there's some decals in the other box. I'm going to try and get these on. Now, I've been hearing rumors that the decals in the old Polo Lights kits are terrible. So, Polo Lights needs to get their act together when it comes to their decals. That being said, we're going to detail up that body. That interior. And this is all put on with magnets, so it comes right off. As you can see, there's the magnets on the bottom. And the interior, let me just adjust these lights a little bit. Okay. So the interior needs to be done. So that is going on the side. So now, the electronics. That's what we got to work on now. We have to solder in the motor wire. Also, we're going to have to find a spot to place the ESC and the battery. Now, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I cut away the other chassis piece that goes in the back. So this is going to go back here. I'm going to clean this up and detail it because it's got the exhaust pipes in it. So that'll go in there. So this is a nice little spot to tuck the battery in. So that'll be in there. The servo wire will run back underneath the seat. And then we're gonna we'll put the ESC right in here. And everything will be nice and tucked away. And then I could be able to, I'm gonna put headlights in. And we'll have the beacon lit up, the beacon lit up, and then we have the exhaust to deal with. That I got from Evan Design. I'll show you that. It's called Fire. You see that? Yeah. And so it's got 3 little Pico lights in it. Right? It comes with a battery, so I can tuck that right underneath the what you call it, the trunk, and that'll be in there. So that'll be our exhaust system, and that'll go right. So we'll have to drill out. Here's the exhaust manifold, the exhaust tube that comes out of, excuse me, the duct that comes out from back behind the Batmobile. Right, so it mounts right on there, like so. Right, so we'll do that in chrome, and another little bit of orange goes around that, and that'll be done. And then we'll have the flames inside there shooting, look like they're, firing up. So Evan Designs is great for these type of situations because they use small little coin batteries. They're very small wiring, so you can tuck everything in nice and neatly and get all that working. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working. We're just going to get the electronics done and see where we get from there. Let me just set up my soldering equipment, and I'll be right back. All right, be right back, guys. Okay, decisions. So what I did basically was I cut the wire from the motor a little shorter, so there's not a ton of wires in the kit. So here is the true power of this guy. He's gonna have the receiver here, and then the ESC is right in the back. I put it in with 3M tape. I also put in the switch right on the side here so I could turn it on and off. I set up my endpoints on my front end so that the steering is good, and finished the interior. See the bat phone in there, got the steering wheel in. I also used liquid resin to make the scopes on, and also the what you call it, the, I guess the compass or whatever it is on the dashboard here, and then highlighted some things. I didn't put the bat this, bat that on the dashboard. They had a whole bunch of stickers for that. I kind of left that out, and also the fire extinguishers in the seats are in. I just did a light gloss, acrylic gloss on those, and did with a chrome pen. I did the the chrome trim on the seats, and put in the stick shift and the other stick shift in the front, the shifter. And yeah, so that's all done. I also trimmed down the axles, so now the wheels will fit on real nice. These are 3D printed Kragers. That's what the Batmobile had on it. Probably not going to be able to put the little pad printed bats on here because of the screw on. I'm going to see. I'm going to futz around with it later on after I get everything together. Maybe I can do it. I don't know. So for now, I just will show you. I got everything hooked up. So let's just hook the battery up real quick. Make sure everything lines up. And then I'll take my radio, turn that on, and there we go. Now we have steering. And Make It RC has these great little platforms that you can 3D print for your model, so you can convert your model car into an RC, and that's what I did. So we're working on that, and so that's good. The steering's done. So now all I'm going to do is, like I said, I trimmed this down a little bit. It's a little less wires. Oh, also the battery will tuck right in here, right into the back of the car, so you won't see that. Okay, and we'll just neatly tidy in all the wires once we get everything wired up and correct. And I also detailed the exhaust and the front. This is the front part of the turbine. And if you can see, I did some copper and chrome. I did a little bit of some metal paint, metal like graphite metal. So it came out really good. So that'll be the front end. And then on the rear, I did the exhaust pipes go into here. Also, we're going to put in a lighting kit for the flames to shoot. So that'll be really cool. And I guess you guys realize I went with the printed, already painted body for the car. I was gonna go with do the other one. I probably still will, because I have Tenors control board that I can use to light up the Batmobile. But for now, I'm going to use my own wiring to do this one. So I'm just going to turn this guy off. We'll disconnect the battery. Always good to do when you're soldering or working on anything. And then also, it's good to turn the switch off. All right, so I already turned that off. I kind of like where this is sitting. It's nice. It's accessible. I put the receiver in here. That will be, I will be able to on Velcro, so I can take it out if I need to. So I'm just going to solder up these terminals onto the motor. and make sure that you put your polarity right, because then if you hit it forward, you're going to get reverse, and the same vice versa. So you want to make sure your polarity is right on these little guys. And there is on the motor, let's see if I can point it out, there is a little, just use my, yeah. So on this side here, on the motor, this side here, is a little plus sign. So I know my plus wire is going to go here, and then my negative is going to go there. Okay, so I'm just going to set that up, and I'll be right back. We'll wire that up, and then we'll give it a little test run and see how it's going. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is tin the wires. So what I do is take a little bit of solder and I'll put it right on the tip of the soldering iron. And then I'll come right over to the wire and just give it a little rub with the solder. I also put a little bit of soldering flex on there. And not a ton, you just need a little bit. And there we go, tinned. So from there, what I like to do is I'll take a pair of tweezers and I'll bend it into a little bit of a hook, like so. Bend them both into a little bit of a hook. And then what I'll do is I will hook them onto the terminals on the motor, making sure that you put your positive on your positive side and your negative on your negative side. Sometimes it gives you a little trouble. Give it a little shove. Might have to melt that a little bit. Okay. So sometimes it'll give you a little bit of trouble, so you just gotta, it's because the end here is too much solder on the end of it. Come back and I'll hook that in there. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm gonna have to do this off camera now and set it up to hook it onto the terminal, but that's how you do it. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're back. I got everything hooked up. I wired the motor and I ran everything in. I got the wiring all neatly tucked in the back. So the only thing that this will do is run into the trunk of the car. So I just tested everything. I'll show you guys. We'll turn her on. Okay, and then we'll turn on our receiver. And we got a steering now. And we have our motor. And it's right polarity, it's going forward and then backwards. It's got braking too. So it's not powerful, but it'll do the trick. It's not meant to be a racer or anything, it's just meant to scoot around on the floor. But yeah, there it is. We got the motor hooked up. So now we're going to go work on our bat beacon, the cop light on the top, and we're going to wire in all of that. So let me set up for that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. We're going to be building up our beacon that goes on top of the Batmobile. And what I did was I drilled out the holes I explained to you guys in the beginning about that. And I filled it in with a little bit of resin, clear res. And also it comes with this little piece that comes on, goes right on top, like so. Okay. This will act like almost like a fiber optic because it's got a little bit of a stem on it. Got a little bit of a stem on the end. And so that'll fit on top of that. So what I got to do is drill a hole through here. And then run the wire in, and then I'll glue it along the top here. They have the little Batman, the bat turn switch that they pull. I think this is the one, and then it makes the Batmobile spin around. I think that's the one, or is it I don't know if it's the ejector seat. It's been a while since I've seen the show. But anyway, there's another handle that mounts up there. So I got to be careful not to interfere with that hole. But I will have to drill another hole right there to run the wire for the beacon. The beacon sits right here, and then the two antenna fins up on here. I guess they're radar or something. I don't know what they are, but they look like antennas. So that's that. Also, so for what I'm using the Evans Designs Nano chip. It's a red flash. Okay, it takes 3 volts. It's which I bought the power supply for. So Evans Design, 3-volt battery holder and switch. And then of course you're going to need some shrink tube, which they supply as well. So we have all that ready. And so here's this is my little handy dandy wire holder. It helps, it's like an extra hand. It'll hold the wire in place while I solder it. Same thing with this. I'm going to tin it and then I'm going to put a little bit of solder flux on it, and that helps the solder, grab onto the wire a lot easier. You don't need to use it. I like to use it. It just makes it faster. Goes on faster. Okay. So remember, your red to your red, your black to your black, right? Your positive and your negative. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of solder, put it on my, right on the iron tip. Okay, just a little bit. As soon as you see it like bubbling up a little bit, hanging off the edge, bring it down, and then just right on, like so. Oops, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put the shrink tube on. Okay, so here, I like to show my mistakes because something you need to do. I already pre-cut my shrink tubes. So I'll be right back. Let me just put the shrink tubes on, and then we'll come back and finish this up. Okay, so we're back again. I got the shrink tube now put on the back of it. Now keep the shrink tube away from where you're soldering because when you heat it, it shrinks, right? So you don't want that tube near where you're soldering. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little solder, put it on the tip, and you'll start to see it bubble and hang off a little bit. And then all I'm going to do is come to it and just give it a nice tin. Perfect. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So we take that out. I'll just show you quick. It's nice and tinned, and it's all wired up. Now all we're going to do is bring the shrink tube up like so. make sure there's no wire exposed. Okay, and then you just take a lighter, give it a quick shrink-a-doo. And that's it. Okay, so there you have it. Got the shrink wrap on. It's a little bit of exposed there, but it shouldn't matter. There should be no contacts with anything. So I'm going to do the same thing on the black wire, and then we'll come back and we'll start wiring everything up and get the beacon on. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and what we're doing now is we're going to install the light on top of the Batmobile. So for that, we got our beacon, and I already glued on the clear plastic on top. Okay, and that's all ready to go. And our light system is functional. Okay, let me just move the light away so you can see it's blinking red. And then that's going to go up into here. And that will flash like that. Looks good, right? All right, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we glue that right up into the center part of the beacon, where that little stem from the plastic piece on top is coming down. And for that, I'm going to use some UV resin, and just a little bit. Also, you need a little UV light to cure it real quick. So we have that, and I have my Jank Life drill, and that's going to be so I can drill the hole for the beacon. So let's do that now. Let's get that out of the way. So we'll just cap this up real quick first. Don't want the resin to dry, and we'll get that out of the way. And so I want to avoid this hole here. Okay, let me bring the light back over. Okay, and I want to avoid that hole, so I'm going to go right next to it, and that's where I could feed out the wire. So we'll turn on and keep a steady hand. And I'm just going to go right into it. There we go. Okay, so sorry, I apologize. I lost a little bit of the footage, but basically what I did was I resin glued the Pico light into the beacon, and glued the crossbar that goes across the top into the body, and laid it into the onto the chassis. It's not attached just yet. Just pull it apart real quick, and you can see I temporarily just taped the battery in under there. I did resin glue some of the wiring, so that's all set. I'm also going to be running headlights, so that I want to wait until I see where all the other wires are going to go. But that's about as far as we're going to go today. And I hope you liked it. And there's the beacon. It's lit up and it's ready to go. We got our power, we got our motor hooked up, and everything seems to be working good. So join me for part 2, where we'll put in the rest of the parts, the headlights. We'll paint the rims and get those mounted, and we'll put in the rear flame exhaust and the headlights. I don't know if I said that, but the headlights, and some little other greeblies. I think that we need to put the radar antenna up here and the antenna in the back. And I think that'll be about it. Oh, we got to put the windshield in. So windshields are, I painted the metal trim on them, so they'll be going in like that. And there's the rear one. Just give you a little more eye candy there. Yeah, so it's looking good. All right, guys. Well, thank you for, if you stayed this long, thank you for sticking around, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. God bless.